The biggest key to success in running is consistency. There's not always a lot of glamour and beauty to it, but in this week's video, I'll be showing you a typical Tuesday in my life. You'll see a lot of habits that I repeat almost every day. This showcases the day in, day out grind that I think is essential to being successful in this sport. I'm also including some footage from Saturday's long run after the day in the life, just to spice things up a little bit, because that was one of my biggest long runs of this training block, and it went pretty well. Alright, it's 6:42 now, back from the run and showered. Got some coffee made and had some chocolate milk for breakfast. Now I'm just getting ready for work. I absolutely cannot film at work, but I am going to lay out everything that I'm going to bring to eat today. Here's everything going to work with me today. Got Spanish rice and beans for lunch, some peppers and carrots to go with it to be a little bit healthy, and then some snacks here. Also got some whey protein powder to balance out the macros. It's 6:55 and I've got just enough time to have a cup of coffee with dump truck before I head off for work. So the reasoning for the uphill treadmills is this entire training block, it's something I'm trying to do it twice a week, because with running and with life, if you want to see results from something, you need to do it consistently. And climbing is definitely my weak point. I've definitely noticed in a lot of the races I've done, relative to my competitors, they're a lot stronger than me on the climbs, and I can hang on the flats or the downs just fine. The climbs is where I'd have some ground to make up. So I'm hoping that by doing this twice a week, I get a sneaky little gain in my climbing ability. When I chuck the treadmill at 15% incline, that's about 800 feet a mile. So it's a pretty effective way to get a lot of vert before work. Kitty. Alright, it's just after 5 p.m., like 5:10ish, and I just made it back from work. One thing I've had to get really good at is being efficient with my time. So most days I get home from work around this time. I try not to stay at work later than 5 p.m. Then it's about a 20-minute drive home. I try to get home, get dressed, and get out the door as quick as possible. Today I'm doing 10 miles easy on the roads in my Hoka Cliftons. I'll probably stop and do some strides in the middle as well. Alright, that's 6 strides done. I'm just out on this empty road. It's been like weirdly busy today. I saw 3 other people just out here walking, and multiple cars have driven down it, which is very uncharacteristic. I run on this road a lot. That usually doesn't happen, but it's all good. Got my strides done. Just enjoying the sunset right now. If you ran track or cross country in high school or college, you're probably familiar with strides. I think people probably look at ultramarathoning and they're like, what's the point of doing strides for those? Well, strides are basically to make you a more efficient runner. Like when you're moving fast, you have less wasteful movement. A lot of people throw out like more fancy jargon like running economy. What that basically means is that you're just moving better at faster speeds, but that translates to any pace. So if you have an efficient stride at fast speeds, you're also going to have an efficient stride at ultramarathon pace as well. Hey, baby. Okay, just got back from the run. As soon as I get back from almost any run, I immediately slam a glass of chocolate milk. Tonight I also had a banana with that. I honestly didn't feel that good on that run. I'm just tired right now, to be completely honest. I did my long run on Sunday. Waking up and doing the uphill treadmill at 5:30 in the morning is a grind, but it's good and I'm being consistent with that. 10 miles out on the roads was fine. I did 6 strides in the middle. I talked a bit about the strides during the run. To elaborate a little bit on what strides are, it's basically like a short sprint, but it's not actually a sprint. You're running like mile pace, really just trying to feel smooth, running with good, efficient form. And you do that for like 15 to 20 seconds or roughly 100 meters, whichever comes first for you. And then take as much rest as you need between each one to feel fully recovered so that the next one, your form is going to be just as good. And I talked about it a little bit. That's going to improve your velocity at VO2 max or your running economy or whatever other buzzword you want to throw at it. Really, it just makes you a better runner. If there's one thing that I would throw into any program, it would be strides. I think whether you're training for a mile or a 100 mile, you should be doing strides because it's going to make you more efficient at pretty much any pace that you run. Karina's out getting us Chick-fil-A for dinner, which is super clutch because it's past 7 now, and most nights we do cook. It just makes for a longer day. So we're having Chick-fil-A tonight. I know it's not the healthiest option. Usually we do try to have healthier options during the week, but we've got to keep in mind the time that we do have. Today I've got 28 miles on deck. I'm driving down to Salt Lake to run on the Bonneville Shoreline Trail with Nick. Hoping the trail isn't too rough. It's been really snowy and wet lately, and I think all the snow is melting right now, so we'll see how that goes. Not feeling super fresh. It's been a busy week of training, but that's okay. I think it's good running on tired legs sometimes. Gets you used to what it feels like to race. After 20 miles with Nick, I finished out the last 8 alone. Got very muddy, and I'm really happy with how that long run went. We were able to cruise at a moderate pace. The trails were a mess, and we got around 4,000 feet of gain. So overall, a really solid day, and I'm really looking forward to the training ahead. I did decide to hop in the Antelope Island 25K in a couple weeks. So that's the Buffalo Run Adventures one. There's a few different distances there, but I think it'll be a pretty sweet community event. A lot of people from Salt Lake are doing it, and it'll be 2 weeks before the Desert Rats 100K. So a nice little like tune-up race. I'm gonna keep cruising full speed here, hoping to hit another 90-mile week next week, and probably 90 miles the week after that. This week's total is gonna end up being 92 miles with around 10,000 feet of gain. So that's one of my biggest weeks this training block, and I'm overall feeling really good. I think I'm at a point where I'm handling long runs really well. I'm able to bounce back from the workouts I'm doing quickly. I'm trying not to ever bury myself on a workout. I'm always doing stuff that I can recover well from, be ready to do my next long run. I'm never running so long that I can't recover from my next workout, and that's really essential, especially when you're hitting higher mileage. You don't need to be going to the well on every run, every workout. You need to be able to do sustainable efforts that you're able to hold for weeks on end, because that's when you start to see real results. Hopefully you enjoyed my day in the life. I know it's not the most exciting routine ever, but I'm pretty happy with the way life is right now. And I really enjoy just the grind of waking up, running first thing in the morning, and having something to look forward to after work with my second run, and then getting to hang out with Karina at night. Like I said at the beginning, it's not glamorous. I'm not trying to highlight these crazy workouts I'm doing or really showboat my training. That's not the intent of this video. It's just to show the consistent lifestyle that I hope leads to success in ultra running.